with her sister.
Today is April 21. We have bought the plane tickets to Miss Seoul. I'm stressed, y'all. I cannot find the Airbnb in either Naver map or Kakao map. Y'all, I'm acing these Duolingo lessons, right? But I feel like these Duolingo lessons are useless. Just useless. Hello, everyone. As you can tell by the title, and for some of you who are regular Tina watchers, you probably already know or can tell that I will be going to Seoul, South Korea. I say Seoul pronounced in an American accent. So one thing about me is I'm really bad at learning languages and pronouncing things correctly. You'll see in previous clips. Anyways, I'm going to Seoul in September. It is currently August 27th that I'm filming this. Last time when I went to LA, I filmed the planning video for LA months in advance. Here's the thing. You know what? The LA one, I filmed so early, I filmed so much, I filmed so in advance. I felt like I did so much in preparation for LA, and now I feel like I have nothing prepared for the Seoul trip, even though I'm going to show you all the things I already prepared, and it's a lot that's prepared already. But anyways, yes, I'm going to Seoul, and this video is me showing you guys my plans, how I planned the trip, and what my plans are for the trip, and kind of my thought process behind it. Similar to the LA series, kind of the process before it, so future Tina can kind of just reflect on the life that I once had. No, it's not meant to be educational at all, but if you want to take inspiration from it, you know, go ahead. I would like to apologize in advance to a lot of my subscribers, because one thing about my LA series is y'all did not care. I mean, most people did not care. And I was posting twice a week trying to get those LA videos out, and this one's probably, it's not going to be that much longer because I went to LA for 10 days and I'm going to Seoul for 14 days, so it's just four more vlogs than the LA series. As I've said, it is the end of August and I'm going early September to Seoul. I have not filmed anything these past few months. I literally bought the tickets in April, and we were planning, it was a month before April. Well, we were planning for a long time. I said I was gonna do Duolingo every day, just so I could know like basic vocabulary and basic letters, so I'm not that confused. I was gonna do that every Duolingo and also some YouTube tutorials, whatever. And I was gonna watch like Korean kids shows and pretend I'm like growing I was gonna do that every day starting from April. Spoiler alert, I stopped maybe 1 month after. One thing that I learned from a YouTube channel, I think her YouTube channel is Korean Unni. One important thing that she taught me in there was 이거 주세요. 이거 주세요. 이거 주세요. Which means please give me this, I think. So I'm just gonna point to a menu. 이거 주세요. I'm gonna point to this clothing size. 이거 주세요. I don't even think I'm pronouncing it right because I haven't watched the video in like 2 months. Anyways, I was also at the beginning, I was like, I'm gonna work out every day, and by workout I mean play Just Dance every day for 4 months, and I'm gonna be skinny. Obviously we're not skinny. So one thing about me is I do not work out every day. If you're wondering what brought on this Seoul trip, obviously the LA trip, I went to LA because BTS was having their first concert since the cancellation of Mott's tour and since Corona happened. So I went to LA for BTS's first concert since those 2-year pandemic. One thing about the LA trip was because we went to like 3 concerts and it was under 10 days. It felt rushed. And as I was planning the Seoul trip, as my sister and I were planning the Seoul trip for the past few months, it feels easier, it feels lighter, I feel calm. Because one thing about LA is it was packed because everyone was going there for the BTS concert. It was packed everywhere. And now it's all calm, or hoping to be calm. I'm not in Seoul yet. By the time you're watching this video, I will already be finished my Seoul trip. I'll be back home after my Seoul trip. I'm only posting this until after my Seoul trip because I don't want to be pulled. especially because I'm going to show you guys all the details in my itinerary of the trip, right? Isn't that kind of, come on, safety. Anyways, back to my other point. What was my other point? And some of y'all might be like, Tina, BTS is having a free concert in Busan in October. I know, y'all. I know, but one thing about us is we can't go in October. Passing on from that, sorry, back to this, not to get into the details of their free concert. Good luck to you, BTS. Why am I going to Seoul? Now here's the thing, my sister just finished her master's and now she is studying for her CPA test for CPA designation. I couldn't explain what it is because I'm not an accountant, but basically it's the Canadian accounting test to get your Canadian accounting title. I don't know. I'm gonna fucking it doesn't matter. So usually her work lets the people in the company working for their CPA designation, because it's like a whole month of studying, whatever, after they can have like, I don't know, 1 week, 2 week vacation days or something like that. But anyways, so my sister was like, she has to travel after the test, right? That was what it was at first, right? I was like, okay, whatever. I was fucking broke. Listen, y'all, I was so broke after the LA trip that was in November 2021. I had no money, nothing. I could not support this lifestyle that my sister wanted me to tag along. So anyways, so she was like, we have to go to Korea. And I was like, I'm not ready to go to Korea, because one thing about me is I'm a fat bitch, and one thing about Korea's beauty standards is fat bitches. I'm scared. I was scared, okay, y'all? And then I suggested Italy, even though Italy's no better in, you know, the fat shaming. But then I also didn't want to go to Italy, so I was like, let's go to Malta because BTS related, because BTS went there for Bon Voyage. But then after I finally agreed to going to Seoul, because I would want to go, and I've come to the terms that I'm just gonna get fat shamed and live my life. You know, I'm not acting like this doesn't happen in Canada, but it still scares me. Ever since the past 3 months, sometimes I see things on TikToks about foreigners getting bullied in Korea at concerts, and how in festivals, and sometimes they be kicking your chair. Even though obviously I look Asian, well, also South Asian people that I saw on those TikToks who were, you know, getting bullied for being foreign, I was shook. And I also saw a TikTok of a guy who was just filming the streets. I don't know if he was a foreigner, but you know, from first look, obviously he wasn't Korean. And some Korean dude, he posted on that he was holding his shirt and he was saying things to him in Korean. Obviously the guy didn't understand Korean, well, it seemed like to me in the video. And I was like, I'm a vlogger, I was gonna vlog every day. Is this gonna happen to me? And back to the fat shaming part, my sister was also like, this YouTuber guy, he also went to Korea and he's fat and he didn't say anything about it. And I'm like, yeah, but one thing about him is he's a man and I'm a woman. And obviously I feel like, you know, there's a sexism that's obviously gonna make it worse. And I'm not trying to, anyways, I apologize to the people there who might get offended by these words. I've come to the terms that I would just be, you know, judged in a language I don't understand. You know, one thing about Vietnam is I went to Vietnam and they thought I was like pure Vietnamese. Even though I'm Vietnamese, I still understand Vietnamese, but they thought I was like pure local Vietnamese, that I didn't know English. And then he said there was these teen boys. I was a child, I was a tiny child, I was still a fat child, but I was a tiny child. And he said, fat what? To me, to his friends, and they were just laughing in front of me because he didn't think I know English, so he said fat in English and wa, which means very, like kind of very in Vietnamese, so he was like very fat, but he said fat wa. So thinking I didn't know English, I knew English, but I was a child, I was shook, I was just stood there. Not to trauma dump on y'all in this planning video. We'll see how it goes. You know, just like any Asian, mainly East Asian country, we'll see how it goes. I forgot to say that initially my sister did want to go to Japan more than Seoul, Tokyo more than Seoul, but Japan's still not open for travel for foreigners, for tourism, I believe. I want to go to Seoul more though than Japan, but I also still do want to go to Japan. I wanted to go to Japan as a kid, and we also had a plan to maybe go to Seoul and then take a plane from Seoul to Japan, since it was only like $200, but obviously still Japan's not open. And you know what, I'm almost graduating soon, so I was like, you know, we can just go to Japan then, if it's open, hopefully, and we'll see what happens. Anyways, but overall, both my sister and I stan BTS. My sister watches a bunch of K-dramas, and I casually listen to K-pop. That's, yeah, okay. And a big thing about this trip, we were really scared of the dates we were choosing. We were like, what if BTS has a concert in Toronto in the middle of it? What if BTS has a concert in Toronto here? Then we have to change the dates, we have to do blah, 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 blah. And I was so stressed, I even bought ARMY membership, and I was like, but then BTS announced that they are taking a break from group activities, and they are not touring. So, cause during that time that we bought these tickets, it was like, everything was adding up to them going on tour. You know, there was a bunch of these airlines, there was a bunch of these airports posting about BTS, like, oh my god, they're going on tour, and they weren't. Anyways, so that was unnecessary stress. So anyways, that's how it all started. This whole trip, that's how it all started. It's a mess, I know, I'm sorry. Going back again, I was broke. I was super broke during that time when we were kind of planning it all. No money because of the LA trip. So my sister, who has a full-time job, she paid for my flight, and she paid for the Airbnb expenses for me to pay her back in the future. And she was like, you could pay me back any year, I don't give a fuck. So I had to get a full-time job to kind of pay that back. You know, I didn't experience a full-time job as a student, but I still need the money to pay her back, and you know, YouTube ain't paying my bills. Now that my whole spiel is done, and I'm sure I'll think of some more to say, let's get into my planning and my itinerary and all that in my Google Sheets. And I'll show you guys my Airbnb just like it did in the LA vlog. Let's take a look at it. So here we have the Google Sheets with my sister for the Seoul trip. If you watch the LA vlog, you'll notice that the template is kind of the same from the LA planning Google Sheets as well. So here we have our to-do list. To-do list, you get the point. Let's just go through it real fast, but obviously it's the things we have to do before we go to Seoul. So Duolingo, that was me studying, obviously not checked off because I didn't do squat. Buy flight tickets, done. Hotels, done. Pack. This is copy and pasted from the LA trip, so you're like, what is this here? Find phone plans and for data, which I believe we can buy them at the airport in Seoul. Seems advanced, so I'm hoping for the best. So one thing about the airport in LA, it was a mess. Anyways, I was supposed to get my driver's license, my G1, which I think is the equivalent of permit in America, and it takes 2 weeks to deliver if I pass the test. But now I have less than 2 weeks left till the trip, so I passed the deadline. I'm not getting my driver's license. One thing about me is I'm just so dreading getting my driver's license. You know what? We don't have to talk about this. It's just a to-do list. It's pretty self-explanatory. Let's keep going. Okay, locations. So here we have also the same Google Sheets from last time. Here we have locations that I found somewhere online. I don't remember where I found online. I just searched up something and I found it here. So here we have a list. Obviously flights, we just chose one. You know what? There's a lot of drama in the Toronto airports right now, y'all, with losing suitcases because of the understaffing and overbooking. But we still went with Air Canada, just like we went in LA. What changed now from LA to now is because in LA we went in November, you know, nobody's taking vacation. During the summer, everyone's taking vacation. I'm hoping September won't be as crowded as it was over the summer and had that many issues. But my sister and I got air tags that we saw people doing on TikTok to kind of track our suitcases. And we have 3 suitcases, 1 carry-on, and then personal items. My sister and I both have 1 suitcase, and we're gonna share 1 suitcase because we're anticipating to buy a lot. Here we have restaurants and attractions. As you can see, some of the cells are highlighted in purple. You may be wondering why. If it's highlighted in purple, it means that this attraction or this place is BTS related. Weightlifting Fairy Chicken Store, which is a K-drama, y'all may know. My sister watches that and she always sees them eat fried chicken in it and it looks good. And then we searched up what that restaurant is in Seoul, and it turns out they don't even sell that much fried chicken, I think. So I don't think my sister wants to go anymore. I don't even know where the address is because we didn't do research for that. We want to go to a bunch of dog cafes. I just put Jungkook or Island one in here, the one Jungkook went to, and the one that they went to in that one Island episode. I didn't find any address for it, as you can see, so we're not really that committed to finding it. Next we have the restaurant that BTS went to a lot as trainees. We have been planning that before that One Run BTS episode came out, where Yoongi was literally looking at a fan at the restaurant. I was shook. I don't know where we saw this, but I saw this mainly on TikTok, people going to it on TikTok, and I was like, we have to go there. And then just a few weeks ago today, they had a Run BTS episode where they're going to location and stuff, and Yoongi was literally staring at fans taking pictures in front of the restaurant. I'm like, that literally could be us, but how would we know? But that could have been. Anyways, speaking of Yoongi being there, you know, as BTS fans, if BTS are having a private time outside, we're not supposed to go up to them and talk to them and make them feel uncomfortable. But I don't know how people always find out when BTS are going to radio shows and like events. Like, do they announce it in Korean media? Like, I can't find this stuff. So I'm hoping Jin has my back, because Jin went to this movie premiere and he posted on Weverse for ARMY to support him there. So I'm hoping if Jin goes there, he has my back and posts on Weverse, and I'll be there. Anyways, okay, that's the restaurant. Next, Laundry Pizza, which is the pizza shop BTS took concept photos for Love Yourself album, Love Yourself Her. I feel like it's closed down. Like, when I look on Naver map, I feel like it's closed. And when I look on their Instagram, I think it said it was closed. But I swear I saw someone on TikTok posting them going there a few while ago. But anyways, these addresses aren't exact because I was like pinpointing on Naver map and everything. I should show you guys my Naver map. I'll show you guys that after. Either way, we're going that area, so I'm gonna be like, let's check it out, let's see if it's closed, and we'll see how it goes. Anyways, another dog cafe that we saw on TikTok, I believe, and then this is Cafe Camptung, sorry, which is the cafe that BTS went to in Run BTS, where they were like doing all these photo missions, where they had missions to take pictures. Dog cafe, and another dog cafe. We didn't really put a lot of restaurants here because a lot of it I feel like it's gonna be street food and us just walking around and you know, so it'll just be light. These are just basically the main restaurants that we are like, we have to visit. Either way, we're just gonna go with the flow. And now, attractions. My sister and I, we love attractions. We do. And a big attraction that we love are amusement parks, which is the reason why we were kind of hesitant to go to Italy and stuff, because we don't really know what amusement parks are there. Like, we don't really hear any famous amusement parks. Sorry if there are to the Italian people here. But we're talking major amusement park like Disneyland and Disney World and Disneyland in Japan. Speaking of Japan, we wanted to go to the Naruto amusement park, but that's not even in Tokyo. I was shook. And Canada's Wonderland in Toronto. We want those big ones. I'm not sure what they have. Anyways, so here we are, attractions. The most important attraction that we had to visit on my end is the Hybe Inside Museum. That is honestly one of the most things I'm excited for on this trip, the Hybe Inside Museum. I am going to be going through the museum. You aren't allowed to film and take pictures in a lot of the floors, the major floors basically. So I don't know how long that vlog's gonna be, but when I get to the gift shop, everything inside, I will be buying. And that goes for anywhere. If I see something BTS, I'll be buying. And if I see things like memories that I don't have, or like season's greeting, blah blah blah, I will be getting them all. Because one thing about Canada is that shit is too expensive here and too expensive to ship and duties, and in Korea it is so cheap. If I were to buy, for example, a $20 album in Korea, if I were to buy that here in Canada on Weverse, that would be $20 on Weverse, and then probably $30 shipping. That's $50 there. And mind you, that's USD, so for me it would be around $60, and then I'd probably have to pay $20 duties, and it is just too much. Anyways, so if I see a cheap album, a cheap DVD, BTS in sight, I will be getting them all. Latte World has Latte Star Avenue, which is a big hall with BTS handprints and BTS things. And then also Jin and his brother's restaurant is near Latte World. So yeah, as you can see, jam-packed day for the Latte World day. And then we have, excuse my pronunciation, I'm so sorry to all the Korean and the Korean speaking people here. We're going to Gangnam District. Again, we're just walking around the shopping district, but there's also the K-pop side of it. So we're gonna go to like K-Star Road and whatever else is there, I forgot, you'll see it later. I believe to get into music bank shows you have to like buy their albums or be in their membership or whatever. And I'm only in BTS's membership and I only buy BTS albums, so we're gonna make it anyways. I did not tell you guys the dates, but I am going September 11 and we're gonna be landing in Korea September 12, which is also Namjoon's birthday. So I want to try to go to like cup sleeve events. The cup sleeve events compared to Canada in Seoul are like 100 times better. And I didn't say cup sleeve event because I meant like other events. Sometimes they have like a whole event outdoors, like bunch of statues and stuff, you know, like the one Taeyang went to visit. I was shook. That could never happen here in Canada. Also Jungkook birthday events, because his birthday will be like 11 days before. SM building, I just put that in an option, but I don't really have to go. I'm not an SM stan, like what can I say? What is this? Oh yeah, this is the bus stop for the You Never Walk Alone album, or like Spring Day. I'll talk to that more because there's a lot of drama about that. VR place around BTS, which is the VR place they went, but it's not that serious. My sister and I haven't really thought about that in like a while. This park, I have no idea what that park is. I think this park is where Yoongi filmed Daechita, but it was really far. So anyways, and here again, Jin's restaurant we were talking about. And what is this? Oh yeah, that's a arcade. My sister wants to do a bunch of claw machines. Also, I saw on TikTok they have like photo booths everywhere, so I'm gonna do that too because the photo booths look cute. So I'm gonna do that with my sister. Anyways, shopping. I basically put this for the general location and districts we want to go to. So for example, we're gonna go to Gangnam location, Hongdae. There's also more locations you'll see later. This list, I'm gonna be honest, isn't really that updated. I'm just kind of breaking each down for you guys, but I'll show you guys our itinerary later. AK Plaza is like kind of a mall, or should I say department store? I don't know what the term is, where it has this K-pop store. And also you can print Sanrio. Was it Sanrio or was it something else? But it's a photo card anyways. Directions. This here, I just made it pretty quickly. I don't think we'll be using it that much, but I made this kind of at the beginning of our planning, finding Airbnb, so we could kind of see a general sense of how long the transportation will be. And the transportation system, even though there's a bunch of buses, which I'm grateful for because LA, it was just Uber, Lyft. That was stressful. But there's so many buses, so many numbers, I'm gonna be so scared. That's what that is. We don't have to look too much into it. Phrases to learn, I did this at the beginning. We haven't updated this since. We haven't really updated a lot of this since, other than to-do lists and calendar. But anyways, I was gonna fill this whole list with phrases that I was gonna use. Obviously I had no time because of my full-time job era. I didn't do anything at all. I just kind of stopped here. I was trying to find a bunch of videos to train us on like restaurant etiquette and stuff. Like if we go in, do we go table for two? Like is that normal in Korea, or is that just in, you know, kind of the Western side of things? I don't know. I was gonna search that up. I tried searching up, I didn't find a lot. I did find a video from Korean Unnie, that's how I found her channel in the first place, of her doing a bunch of restaurant phrases, but it was so hard. And I was like, I'm just gonna rely on Papago, and I'm gonna scan everything with Papago. I'm gonna show them my screen, and that's what I was hoping for because this was too hard. But I was trying, you know, y'all. I'm not gonna embarrass myself on camera and tell you guys all the Korean phrases that I impromptu try to improvise. But they're all useless. They're all useless because I don't know anything. I was gonna be like, if someone comes talking to me in Korean, I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna say? I was gonna be like, Korean language? I don't know. That's what I was gonna be. Let me say it for y'all. I was gonna be like, 한국말 몰라요, or 한국말 모르겠어, yo. That's what I was gonna be like, and walk away. We are foreigners. I remember that we're from Canada. When I first searched that out, I was like, oh my god, I'm fluent when I was practicing it. Now we have photo references. This one I haven't updated in a while just because I've been busy, but I will be updating it. Obviously traveling, you know, some people they don't want to take photos, but a lot of people they do, and I'm part of those people. Not necessarily recreate, but like, you know, be in the essence of BTS because that was what I was here for. let's move on to calendar. Now this here is the most important slide that my sister and I have been updating regularly, and we have been referring to. This sheet here, this page here, I just searched up like September 2022 Google Sheets calendar, and I just added that in there. We just put it in there. As you can see, my sister is getting pedicure. I'm not getting pedicure. I didn't write that. My sister is going to a lash appointment. That's not me. And my sister and I have to get COVID test 24 hours before the flight. So that's what that is. That's when we're getting our COVID test. And mind you, my sister has her CPA test on the 7th, 8th, and 9th. Our flight day is on the 11th, Sunday. 5:45 or 6:45, I don't remember. But we're going to be there at 1:45. We're going to be landing in Seoul on Monday 12th. That will be Seoul time, Korean time. And that is also Namjoon's birthday, and that is also the last day of Chuseok, which, if I'm not wrong, kind of like the Thanksgiving equivalent in Korea. We are going to be landing there at 6 o'clock. Obviously, we're not going to do all of this because I think we're just gonna land there at 6 o'clock. We're gonna take the train for 1 hour. We're gonna go to the convenience store for 1 hour. We're gonna be tired as fuck, and we're just gonna be in our hotel, you know, just laying there, going to sleep. But our Airbnb is in the Dongdaemun, I'm so sorry, y'all, district. That's why it just says Dongdaemun Exploration, but we'll probably have that for another day. There's a plaza there, yeah. I don't think we're gonna do any of this here. I think we might have to put that on another day, but that was just there. The next day, we are going to do some Gangnam shopping. So it's mainly gonna be shopping and restaurants. And then 14th will be Hybe Museum. I wanted to do Hybe Museum as soon as possible, but not too early, because I wanted to kind of get, you know, introduced to the whole public transportation system. How is it gonna go during the Gangnam day and the landing day? So we'll see how that goes, because if you're late to the Hybe Museum, they will not let you in. And then we're just gonna explore Myeongdong, which I believe is around, and also Namkook birthday events, because there'll probably be like birthday events or like birthday statues, whatever, near Hybe Museum, right? I don't know. The day after that is Hongdae, and that is mainly shopping again. 17, we didn't have something planned. We did have something planned there, but it got moved. So we'll think about it during the day, you know? Like, for example, we want to go to Gangnam again, or we want to go to Hongdae again, or we want to go to Hybe Museum again. They're supposed to say 16, I'm sorry, y'all. The next day after that is Gangnam District, but the K-pop part. Because it's pretty far. We kind of grouped it by area. This was like the shopping Gangnam, restaurant Gangnam, and this was like the K-pop Gangnam. So there was like the cafes in that area, K-Saro's in that area. I don't know what this temple is. 18 is open, we'll think about it there. 19 again is Hongdae, which is the arcade day. Arcade day, also shopping, you know. So we're going to that arcade game place, and we're also going to that mall with, you know, the K-pop store that I was telling you all about. I think there's like an anime section as well. The day after that is Latte World. We have Jin's restaurant for lunch. We have Latte World all day. Star Avenue, I think, is near the entrance, and the Folk Museum in Latte World. And then this restaurant, my sister wanted pork cutlets. And the day after that is exciting. We have a solo day. We never had a solo day in LA because we were scared. We were like, we have to stick together. It's one thing about America is we're scared. Solo day means my sister and I gotta split apart and do our own thing, which is scary, but you know, you have to do what you have to do. And every time I talk to, you know, my coworkers about traveling, they're always like, sometimes you just have to have a day for yourself, because it's just, anyways, I'm not getting into that. We'll save it for a podcast. So the solo day is me going to the You Never Walk Alone Spring Day bus stop album thing. I'm gonna take pictures there, and I'm gonna stamp my album, because they got a stamp there. I'm gonna stamp my album, so I'm gonna bring my album and stamp it. If I accidentally forget my album in Canada, I'm gonna buy my album in Seoul and stamp it and buy another one. At first, I really wanted to go, but it is like a good 2 hours away by train and bus. 2 hours away, because it is not in Seoul. It's like in the outskirts of Korea, I believe. My sister did not want to go because it was far as hell. And then after, at some point, my sister was like, okay, she'll go. But then after I was looking at tickets for the train, and turns out it was like $45 one way, so another $45 back, so it would be $90. I'm like, it's not that big of a deal. But anyways, my sister, she did not want to go. Again, she didn't want to go because of that, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go. But also, my sister wants to dye her hair in Korea, because you know, Toronto salons are hella expensive, so my sister was gonna do it there. She already, I think she booked her appointment, and her appointment is at 1 o'clock. And people on TikTok, the same salon that they went to on TikTok, they spent like 5 hours there. My sister thinks she's gonna be there for 7 hours because, you know, bleach and stuff. So we'll see how it goes. So that's why I'm going my solo. She's doing her solo, and that's when we split apart. I'll be back at 3 p.m. I think, if I actually go at 7 a.m. Who knows if I actually go at 7 a.m. A place where I believe Goblin films there. K-drama, I think. I don't watch K-drama, so I remember that's what I was trying to convince. That's what I was trying to use to convince my sister. She didn't watch Goblin yet though. But anyways, the next day is Everland. Just another amusement park day. Not a lot of things here because we don't really know what's around. And then open day, we don't know. And then flight day. We have to check out Airbnb by 11 a.m. and our flight's at 6 p.m. So we're just gonna go there and we're just gonna explore the airport, because the airport is like pretty impressive. There's a bunch of things in the airport in Korea. So the Catalan part is fun. Here's a packing list. We don't really care about her. This is kind of copy and pasted from LA, so I'm not gonna go over it. Here's a to buy. This part is also from LA. I'm still planning to bring a lot of like liquid stuff, like skincare stuff, even though everyone's always like, always just buy there, like shampoo and stuff. I'm still gonna bring mine because one thing about me is I have emotional attachment to my products. So I'm just joking. But I also do plan to buy a bunch of skincare products in Seoul. But most importantly, this is my to buy list. So the albums that I still need for my collection to finish off, and then just like anything else, you know, any DVD that I don't have, I'm gonna be like, okay, I'll buy it. Budgeting, here's where it gets sad. Which is mainly just an expense list. Like, we don't really have that much of a strict budget, but it's just to keep track of things. First, we have the plane tickets. Our budget was $4,000 because that's what we were anticipating, $4,000. The actual price of the tickets was $3,500, and you know, divided by 2, $1,700. And my sister paid for that initially, so she had paid for both of ours for 3 months. I just paid her back for it a few days ago, and I'm broke again in my account because I paid her back for it. Next is our Airbnb. Yeah, that's how much we were anticipating. It was this much. Our LA Airbnb, I believe it was kind of more expensive, and it was super tiny. Not tiny, but you know, a little small. You know, it wasn't even that small, but it was a humble size, I'll say. And we stayed for less days, but comparing to the price here, I feel like this price was cheaper compared to, you know, the whole experience and the whole, you know, days, everything into consideration. My sister paid for that initially. I paid her back for the deposit. We didn't get deposit yet, but anyways. Next is our KETA, which I think is like a visa to enter Korea or something. I forgot what it was, but like that's the essence. We did that already. It was like $11. One thing about Korean prices is cheap as fuck compared to Canada, y'all. I don't know if we'll buy the Latte World and Everland ticket in person or online, but the Hybe Insight ticket we will be buying online because we have to buy it online and download the app. We're gonna opt for the photo card option, so we're gonna get, so it's more expensive, but either way it's cheapest, but I think. Anyways, and then my sister and I decided to have 1,000 in cash. So 1,000 Canadian is 1 million won, so I'm literally a millionaire. I was shook when we got it because it was like a bunch of bills. This year is killing the trees, y'all. This year is killing the trees. Like, this is like when people film $20 on their Snapchat stories and post it. I feel like I have $1 million in my hands right now. I mean, I literally do, but not Canadian. And initially they gave me $41. 40. So I gave 20 to my sister. We kind of split it up because that was a lot of cash. I do not know how to say numbers, specifically money numbers, in Korean. I do not recognize them if someone said it to me, so that's a problem. My Korean friend again, Bear, she told me some advice, so hopefully I remember that, but let's see how it goes. And that is all for the Google Sheets. The main things that I wanted to show you guys for Google Sheets Some I didn't show you guys, to be honest. Bunch of small details, it doesn't really matter. Now let me show you guys our Airbnb, which I think is exciting. Here we have our Airbnb. Now we had a lot of Airbnb contenders. We were kind of looking for toaster ovens. One thing we noticed about Korean places is they didn't have like a lot of like ovens, like toaster ovens. I remember we searched something about how they don't, do they bake? I don't know. But there wasn't a lot of ovens. We didn't really find ovens, so it was like whatever. But all of them had washing machines, which I was shook, and I am so excited for the washing machine. I'm gonna be using that washing machine every day. Not every day, most of the days. I'm so excited for the washing machine. Here it is. Here's us entering the hallway of our Airbnb. Here's us entering the hallway of the Airbnb as an aunt. And here's us in here. This is the living room area, kitchen area. As you can see, counter. Me and my sister are having a meal by the microwave. And we can also do our laundry. And there's also a stove. Here, me and my sister are chilling on the couch watching some TV. Ooh, a flower. Oh, I'm chilling on the couch and my sister's chilling on the counter. And here, the kitchen. Ooh, I'm doing the laundry. My sister's washing some dishes. What is here? We bought an adapter recently and the plug would not plug inside. Like the regular kind of plug, it did not plug inside to the adapter. So we have to figure that out. But anyways, I saw a bunch of USB plugs here, so thank the gods. That won't need an adapter. But one thing about me is I'm bringing my sister's laptop so I can, you know, back up all the footage on my camera onto my hard drive. Here's the kitchen stuff. Yeah, we got the kitchen stuff. That is so fun. Because we didn't have this in LA. Like, we just had like a pantry in LA and a fridge. I am excited to start cooking up a storm at 3 a.m. This here is my sister's room. She gets a small room. She mainly wanted the full-length mirror. That's what she wanted. She wanted the full-length mirror. And the bed tiny as hell. Luckily my sister is skinny and I'm not. Anyways, so here it is, tiny. Yep, she has some hangers there. Yeah, that's fun. She has a mirror. Oh my gosh, she has plants. This is my room. 2-bedroom. Can you believe it? For this cheap ass price. And here it is, this big ass bed just for me. I'm not sure if I should bring my teddy bear, cause yes, I am a grown woman and I sleep with a teddy bear. I don't know if I want to bring my teddy bear to Korea. I'm scared she's gonna get lost. Here's a washroom. There's a toilet, there's a sink, and there's a shower. All the reviews are like good. There was like one review about how they didn't have a bunch of soap, and there was also this one review about how there was like a towel that was like spanked or something because it was like backed up water. I also saw on TikTok that they don't have like big towels in Korea a lot, they said. So I'm like, should I bring my towel? I don't know, because I'm a big girl. But it's been like months now since we booked this and the host never messaged us, so we're kind of scared, like maybe she's gonna kick us out. That's all. Let me show you guys real quick the map. Just giving you guys a quick overview of our destinations. Just a quick one. So let us open up Naver map. Here we are. As you can see here, the main stuff that we have in the calendar, I have added to bookmarks, favorited, whatever, the folders, I don't remember. But here you are. As you can see, here is where our home is. Our home is there. Melting Palm is a dog cafe in the area. And then here we have Hongdae. All the Hongdae stuff is like relatively close. That's why we have 2 Hongdae days that are kind of near each other. But like for mainly exploring. And then we have the Hybe Insight day. There's Hybe Insight. Hybe Insight is right here, which is pretty far from a bunch of things. So we're like, okay, whatever, let's just make this a Myeongdong day as well, since it's like up there. Then we have here the Gangnam stuff. So as you can see, the K-pop Gangnam stuff is pretty far from the shopping Gangnam stuff. Like there's the Gangnam station here. So we're gonna do a bunch of shopping here. And the trainee restaurant here, just gonna do a bunch of stuff there. And then another Gangnam day, we're gonna do the K-pop stuff here because it's pretty far in a different station, and we're just gonna do the stuff there on 2 days. There's a temple. I don't think we're doing that anymore. And then zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. Here we have Lottie World stuff. Oh, it's not that far from our place. But then we have Everlands. And you can see our home is here. Everlands is here. Usually that's pretty far. That's pretty far away. And then we have even further away. Here's our home here. That's our home. That's Seoul. And then we keep going here all the way to, what is this? The ocean. Is that the ocean? Or is that the sea? Anyways, to the bus stop. That's me going all the way to the bus stop alone by train for 2, 3 hours, 4 hours. I don't know how long it is. All the way there. And that's that. And that is all for the planning process. Hello everyone. I wasn't planning on vlogging anymore for this planning video, but I bring some very bad news. Worse news actually. And it's my birthday today, so I received these bad news. Look at this. Do you understand this? The Hybe Insight, the Hybe Museum. The Hybe Museum that I was just telling y'all was the thing I was looking for most of this whole trip will be closed September 12 to September 27. I will be in Korea September 12 to September 23, 24, I don't know. It's fucking closed every day that I'm in Korea. Anyways. Sister and I were like, okay, let's see what we can do. Could we change the flight so we arrive earlier and make it on time for the very last day, September 11th, to go? And unfortunately, as we were looking at other flights, trying to change it, every flight was either gonna land late, meaning we wouldn't make the last opening for the museum, which was like September 11, 5 p.m. We want to make it for any. Or it was too early and the flight was during my sister's exam. That means the Hybe Museum is just off the itinerary. There is nothing we can do. God damn it. God damn it. So we're just gonna have to wait one more year when it's my graduation trip and I go to Japan and Korea. And hopefully that museum is still up and running for me. This is just so unfortunate. Just so unfortunate. I gotta go. Hello everybody, I am back in action to tell you that my sister and I have made life-changing decisions in the past maybe 11 hours. Not in the past 11 hours, but 11 hours ago. In light of the very traumatic situation that I told you about, as I could not go to Hybe Museum, my sister and I have decided to change our flight. Now here's the thing. We changed our flight to make it in time to a special exhibition in Hybe Insight. Not necessarily the BTS aspect. Sorry, just mourning the loss. So we contacted Hybe Insight people and we were like, we noticed on September 11th, which is the day before the flight, our original flight. Originally, we were gonna go one of these days. Obviously, it's closed. And our flight is on this day. But we found flights in Air Canada that if we flew on the 10th and landed on 11th, we could make it for 7 o'clock. Maybe. But as you can see, 7 o'clock are booked out. Why? Because every Sunday and Thursdays, these hours are booked out for special exhibitions. And the special exhibitions are like not BTS related at all. They're like art exhibitions. So as you can see, the art exhibition on the 11th, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And that's what we learned after we emailed them, because we thought maybe it was just everyone was there and we're like, could you squeeze 2 people? And they're like, oh, that's actually closed off for the exhibition. So this is the art exhibition. Shout out to Tom Sachs. Sorry, but it's like we wanted to go to Hybe Museum for BTS to see all the floors and stuff. The thing is, after we emailed them again and we asked, if you're going to the special exhibition, do you still have access to the museum shop? And the museum shop has a bunch of Hybe Insight exclusive BTS merch, and they're like, yeah, you do. So we were like, you know what, we'll take it, we'll save the actual museum, which is the actual BTS awards, outfits, all of that. We'll save that for next year when it's my graduation trip, and at least we can go to the museum shop and buy the BTS merch. So we have changed our flight. We changed our whole flight for the extra cost of $60, and we lost our second complimentary bag, and we have to pay $100 for our second bag. Anyways, full non-stop flight on September 11 to, we changed it to September 10, a Saturday, with one stop in Vancouver, and then we're gonna land maybe 3 hours before the ticket starts, so we're gonna have to book another Airbnb as well for the night. But we have to get to the airport. It's probably gonna take us 1 hour to get our luggage, 1 hour to get our COVID test at the airport, 1 hour to phone plans and stuff. We probably won't do it, we're late, and then maybe 1 hour to rush all the way there to our Airbnb, and then rush all the way to the museum. So it's just like whatever. The day one vlog is gonna be a mess. Day one vlog is gonna be the airport. Day one vlog is gonna be first Airbnb tour, and day one vlog is gonna be us at Hybe Museum. And we're like, you know what? If we miss it and we can't enter it, then we miss it. If we only lose $12, at least we get an extra day in Seoul, I guess. That was adult decisions that we made, and that was just crazy. Y'all were just seeing Rice Krispies behind me. Hello everyone. Every time I think the video is gonna end, it doesn't. There is a lot that I have to update y'all. First off, today is Wednesday. It just turned to Wednesday 30 minutes ago, and we're going Saturday. That means we have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 3 days left until the flight. I haven't packed anything, and I always do this. So my plans: Wednesday I will be doing the laundry, and then I'll be steaming, and then I'll be filming my planning outfits video. Thursday I will be filming my what's in my suitcase video, and hopefully that will be it. Friday will be last minute planning and packing if I haven't done it yet. And now here are the many updates that I have. Oh shit. First off, Airbnb. My sister and I booked the Airbnb for that one extra day that we are that we don't have an Airbnb for because we changed our flight. It's close to Hybe Insight, but not that close. But it's pretty close. It's pretty close. Next, let's talk about the Hybe tickets. As you know, we bought special exhibition tickets mainly to go to the merch shop. Now, since we're projected to land there at 4 o'clock, my sister and I were like, let's just buy the regular Hybe Insight Museum with all the BTS stuff tickets for 5 o'clock, just in case we happen to land there earlier and we can rush over there and make it there for the normal regular Hybe Insight stuff. But if we miss it, then we're gonna miss it. We're not gonna stress too much about it. That's only if we're landing earlier. We're not gonna be rushing. But regardless, if we take a taxi from the airport to our one night Airbnb, we'll for sure make it to the special exhibition one to buy all the merch stuff in the Hybe Insight merch. But we will not, unfortunately, be going through the regular museum, BTS museum. Anyways, next, to make this process speedier, my sister and I have reserved our COVID test appointment at Incheon station, as well as we got our QR code, our Q code with our information to show at the testing station. Next, we canceled our COVID test in Canada because just a few days ago, September 3rd, South Korea changed their travel rules, so we don't need a pre-departure COVID test anymore to enter. We just need a COVID test when we're at the Korean airport. Next, typhoon news. A few weeks ago, there was a lot of news of really heavy rain where it literally flooded in Seoul, probably other parts of Korea, but I'm just gonna say Seoul for now because I don't know the facts 100%. Hope everybody is okay. And then recently, a few days ago, there was a projected really, for lack of better words, dangerous typhoon or something like that. I don't know the facts 100%, but my dad saw on the news that they were canceling some flights to Seoul, obviously because of the, typhoon news. Also, speaking of, I believe most of it was around Jeju Island. Correct me if I'm wrong. And one thing about, right after the typhoon news, my sister was like, she wants to go to Jeju Island. She wanted to go to Jeju Island before, but I'm like, for what? Because we're not sightseeing type of people. What are we gonna do there? But yeah, my sister wants to go to Jeju Island, so we changed up the calendar a bit. I'm not gonna re-explain the calendar because y'all just see in the daily vlogs. And the last update is I twisted my ankle. So I've been limping today. Hopefully the twisted ankle will be over soon because it is swollen and twisted. I put some Asian medicated oil on it. Hopefully it will not be swollen and twisted on Saturday. How did I twist my ankle, you may ask? It was literally the first day of school. I dropped my AirPod. I picked up my AirPod. I stood up. I was ready to walk away because I was embarrassed for dropping my AirPod, and then I twisted my ankle, fell, slammed into the wall in front of me, and beside me there were like 4 dudes right there. Saw the whole thing. It was silent. Everybody was shook. It was silent. Nobody asked me if I was okay. Nobody approached me. I got up and I laughed, and they probably heard me laughing in embarrassment. Anyways, so hopefully my ankle will be okay. Anyways, that's all the updates for now. Hopefully that's it. I'll see y'all in the next video. And that is all for our planning video. Thank you everyone so much for tuning in. I don't know, I hope this was a fun show. It was fun for me to film. I think it's gonna be tragic for me to edit because I just kept rambling and rambling. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video, which will be the planning outfits video, which is always fun. I always kind of wish that I could plan it with you guys though, because I'll already be in Korea with those outfits, and I don't know, I won't have you guys' advice. But anyways, I'll see you guys then. See ya.
This is more than a crash, more than a like, more than a laugh. Baby, I'ma make you mine, and I ain't giving up. This is more than a crash, more than a like, more than a laugh. Baby, I'ma make you mine, and I ain't giving up. Don't run away, don't run away from the truth, cause I'm not giving up on you. Don't run away, don't run away from the truth, cause I'm not giving up on you.